Hello there. 2023 is pretty much come to a close, and I think it was a pretty great year for Star Wars, personally. Now, if you've clicked on this video and are thinking, no, this year sucked for Star Wars, this ain't the video for you then, because I love all Star Wars, even with the flaws that it has. Yes, including Disney Star Wars. I really like it. So if you're not into it, video's probably not for you, and that's okay. Now, these are my personal picks for my favourite moments of Star Wars of the year, but I do have some honourable mentions. Spoilers for a bunch of stuff, anything Star Wars related from this year, obviously. One of my favourite things of this year was a personal thing, not involved with Star Wars media itself, but I got to go and get a photo with Temuera Morrison at Supernova this year, which is a pop culture convention here in Australia. Boba Fett, Jango Fett himself. Me and my partner were in our cosplays as Cobb Vanth and Bo-Katan. This was just such a cool moment for us and is like my personal favourite moment of the year. As for actual Star Wars stuff though, honourable mentions are going to the Order 66 sequence in the book Inquisitor Rise of the Red Blade. You get some really cool stuff with Palpatine and how he was keeping an eye on certain Jedi leading up to Order 66, and Jedi that could be turned to the dark side who would later go on to become his Inquisitors. It really just shows that how deep Palpatine's planning up until that moment really was. Paz Vizsla and his last stand in episode 7, season 3 of The Mandalorian was one of my favorites. Him mowing down and just going ham on all of Gideon's troopers, and then he just barely puts up a fight against the Praetorian Guards when they arrive. Pour one out for Paz Vizsla, love that moment. And I've got two moments from Star Wars Jedi Survivor that I'm going to have as honourable mentions. First one is the small section where you play as Sia Junda, and then it ends with a boss battle against Darth Vader. And this is, I think, my favourite boss battle in the game. It is such a great fight, and we're just seeing Vader be an absolute beast of an opponent. Fantastic moment. And the second one from Jedi Survivor is the Boba Fett cameo at the end of the bounty hunting missions with Cage. I had no idea how this did not get spoiled for me because I didn't do the bounty hunting missions until quite a while after I'd finished the game, the main story anyway. I have no idea how I avoided spoilers for that, but seeing him show up was just such a fun, great little moment, and yeah, I loved it. On to the actual top 5 at number 5. Star Wars Celebration was back in April, I think, and I love Star Wars Celebration so much. I really love sitting down, watching all the live streams, waking my girlfriend up in bed at like 4 a.m. to start watching the live stream. I love just watching all the interviews, the reveals, the trailers, interviews and stuff like that. I really do love and adore it, and I really want to go to Japan for Star Wars Celebration in 2025. I will say I do wish they'd stream all the panels, especially the big ones. I feel like that's a really shit thing, that they keep it off the internet mostly, because they used to stream a lot of them. But anyway, I still love it. I just wish they'd stream like the opening ceremony again. But anywho, I love Celebration, and my favourite moment this year from Celebration was actually another honourable mention, Anakin Hayden Christensen getting massive amounts of love from the audience at Celebration. That as well.
Man, you guys sure know how to make a guy feel good. That was very nice, thank you.
But it was actually the closing ceremony video that they put out. You just get to see all these different Star Wars friends from all across the world in cosplays, and everyone just coming together and celebrating Star Wars, their favourite franchise. It's such a great video. I've watched it several times throughout the year, and it really just reminds me how great this community can be. Moving on to number 4 is from The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 8. I actually liked Season 3 of The Mandalorian. I know, shocking, there are dozens of us. But it is when the Mandalorians retake Mandalore, seeing the Armorer and Bo-Katan with Darksaber in hand flying down, and they have this cool aerial battle. It was just so much fun. I love that entire sequence. I love the anime feel it had to it. Just seeing the Armorer fly through the air and smash people out of the air with a hammer felt great. I really like Rick Famuyiwa's direction. It was something that I really wanted to see for a long time, seeing Mandalorians go back to Mandalore and retake their homeworld, and finally getting to see that was something that I was so glad that we got. And I really want to see where they're going to take that story, that plot line of Mandalore being back under the control of Mandalorians in Season 4. That's something I really, really want to see what they're going to do. At number 3 is The Bad Batch. I think Season 2 was a massive improvement over Season 1, and I don't think it's any secret that the episodes that focused on Crosshair was the highlight of the second season. And while I particularly liked the episode The Solitary Clone, I think it was episode 12, The Outpost, that really solidified this show as being capable of reaching the heights as something like the Clone Wars and Rebels. This episode is amazing. It is one of my favorite episodes in Star Wars animation that's ever come out. It's showing the disillusionment of the clones as the Empire is taking over more and more and more, and the clones are being phased out, and Crosshair's decision to kill Lieutenant Nolan at the end of the episode is just so damn good. Fantastic moment. Season 3 being the final season next year, I am so excited to continue Crosshair's journey and end it, as he has honestly become one of my favourite clones.
Lieutenant.
At number 2, we're going back to Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and it's a moment on Jedha when you're with Night Sister Merrin and you go up against this Imperial drilling machine. I absolutely love this part of the game. I just started a new playthrough on the highest difficulty Jedi Grandmaster, and I cannot wait to get back to this part because it is just so damn cool, jumping around, wall running, zip lining, flying through all the portals, attacking the drill machine. I've seen people put like Freebird over the top of this sequence, and it fits so well. I loved this game, and this part was just my favorite. It's like the most video gamey part of the game, and some people don't like it because it's kind of like on rails a little bit. But man, I just thought this whole sequence was so much fun and was just so damn cool and just made you feel like a complete badass. Absolutely love the game, but this sequence in particular, absolutely love. And finally, my number 1 moment of Star Wars in 2023 is a surprise to absolutely no one, but it is Ahsoka meeting Anakin Skywalker in The World Between Worlds. Now look, I'm still not sold on the concept of The World Between Worlds in total. If it's used sparingly, I think I'm alright with it, but I really just cannot deny the absolute stupid smile I had on my face and the joy I had during this scene, actually through this whole episode. It wasn't even so much the flashbacks, but just seeing Anakin on screen again was great, and seeing him interact with Ahsoka, young and old, in live action, was something just so special, especially because Ahsoka has felt so disconnected to Anakin outside of the cartoons. So just like the Kenobi show really helped me bridge the gap between Anakin at the end of episode 3 to Vader as we see him in episode 4, that show really helped bridge that gap for me personally, because I couldn't buy that it was the same character, and that show really, really made it seem like the same person. And I feel like this episode in Ahsoka did the same, just to connect Anakin and Ahsoka's relationship even better. And I think it did such a good job at that. It was just such a cool moment seeing him back. It's beautifully shot. I love that little lightsaber fight. Hayden Christensen has not lost any of his finesse with a lightsaber. The switching from Anakin to Vader. It really is a fantastic scene and episode, and was easily my favorite Star Wars moment of 2023. So thank you for watching. If you made it this far, those are my favorite moments. Let me know what your favorite is, and be sure to subscribe and follow me here and on TikTok at Cubcause, a Star Wars TikTok. I love all Star Wars, and we'll be talking about it, and yeah, I can't wait to see what 2024 brings us. See ya.